Welcome to my craft room. My name is Cheryl and I'm in Newfoundland, Canada. Today is April the 18th and I'm here to make a card that I had posted on my Facebook page earlier in the week. I've run into a couple of snags, not with the card, because as you can see, I have lots of them. That's where the problem came in, was with me and technology. So I originally posted this card. This was the one I was going to make. It's the Berry Burst color. So it's Berry Burst cardstock, Berry Burst ink, and it turned out beautiful. I'm like, I'm going to make that one. Okay, so then I got going and I said, I think I'd like to make that in the boho blue. So in comes the boho blue. I make it, I record it, I do all the stuff, I go to edit, which I don't do often, but I thought I'd give it a try. I got some new software, and lo and behold, it's upside down. I can't turn it. Well, I can, but it only flips it, so I'm still upside down, and I'm going the wrong way. I look like I'm coming at it weird. So I said, okay. After spending, a good bit of time on it, I said, I'm going to make it in, what color is this? Pretty Peacock. And I was like, oh my God, I love it even more. So that was the one I recorded last night. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. It's a new software for me. So I decided, we'll work with it. Made the card. I was absolutely loving the card. Look at the inside. Then you stamp your sentiment in there. Now I didn't glue it down yet because I want to put the sentiment on first. But I mean, it's beautiful. However, the recording of it, not so much. So, without giving up, I said, I'm going to do it yet again. But I had a bit of a time trying to figure out what color I wanted. I thought if I change up the colors, maybe I can make a video. So that's where we are. We're here to make this card yet again, but with a different slant on it. So without keeping you waiting, this is the one we're going to do. Now, on all the other ones, I cut the paper, I did the stuff while I was recording. This one, however, I gotta be honest, I was kind of like tired of cutting paper. So I said, we can handle this. We can do this. So I went ahead and I stamped and colored my flowers. I will do one with you because I've got to do one for the inside. They are going to be popped up with dimensionals. So I went ahead and I did that because I don't want to keep y'all waiting all day. This is supposed to be a quick and simple card, and it is. It's just me. These two pieces here I didn't have to measure because I used some rectangle dies. And these came from a new set of dies that we have from the Textured Notes dies. So they look like this, and they are really nice. So I didn't have to measure, and they fit together perfectly. So this is the third largest and the fourth largest that I'm using. And you'll see how they just come together. Oh, so nice. See, I'll show you. Look, isn't that pretty? I think it's pretty. So that's going to go on there. Then I decided to shake up and not do black and white. So I went with 2 pieces of pattern paper that come with the suite for this one here, the Thankful Garden suite is where all of this came from. The stamps, the dies, the paper, some embellishments. What else was in there? I'll name it as we go, but that's where I'm at. It's a beautiful set. If you don't have it, it really is worth getting. There's this hydrangea is gorgeous. Oh, and stencils. This set is perfect if you like to color. It's perfect because it's a quick color. It's all stencil and stuff and ink. It's even better if you don't like to color, but you like the card and you like the finishing of it, of the way it looks, because it's all done with stencils. So it's easy. You lay down your stencil, you color your stencil, take that one off, go over it again with the blending brush, and you look like an artist. I'm telling you. You look like you've thought about it all day. And we only use one color. So none of this thinking about colors. And then I picked up the peach pie because it looked really nice with this. So I picked up the peach pie. And this is also peach pie. And some garden green. And look, isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'm going to get started. Now I'll tell you the measurements too. So my cardstock is garden green. And it is cut at 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. This piece here is 4 and... Hold up, that's 4 1/4. This is 4 1/8. And if that's 5.5, then this is 5 and... How many eighths? 5 1/4, 5 3/8 for this one. I'll write it all down for you too. Don't worry. Okay. And did I say this is my first video for Stampin' Up? I've done videos with my Cricut. I've done videos for card clubs that I'm in, but this is my first actual Stampin' Up video. So hopefully everything goes good this time. Do all the things for me if you don't mind. Do the like, share, follow, comment, whatever other things there are to do. If you could do those for me, that would make me very happy. And then I could, the more followers I get on YouTube and on Facebook, the more videos I'll be encouraged to do. So, all right, I'm going to start assembling this card now. So I'm going to put my peach pie on there. I can't help but say that funny. All right, so just a little of the glue, please. You don't have to smother it. It's just a bit. We're not building the CN Tower. But we do want it to stick together. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay that down. It's got a small border all the way around. You just see the green peeking out. That's what we're going to do there. Isn't it nice? This card comes together so quickly. So then this piece, I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to line it up so that it's the same on the top. Sorry, the bottom and the top and the side. But I want to make sure before I put it down, see? So that I know that I've got an even border all the way around and then down the center. So in order to get that, this piece here, the flowered piece, is cut at 2 1/8 and by 5 1/8. This piece is cut at 1 5/8 by 5 1/8. Again, I'll write all this down for you, so we don't have to worry. So I'm liking that. I'm going to go ahead and attach that now. So again, sparingly on the glue. You don't want it to seep out the edges. So now I'm gonna lay that down there, and I got a little bit of the wiggle room, so there, that looks good. Oh, that was kind of easy actually. Oh, I used to fuss and muss so bad. Oh my goodness. I finally, if you're a fusser and a musser, I understand. I truly do. I used to get out the ruler, and everything had to be the perfect spacing apart. Now I use my crooked eyeballs. If it's not perfectly straight and it's for a friend, now I think if I were doing this commercially, that would be a different thing. But these are my cards, and they're going to have my personality as I do them. Just like any card, even if it's a card that I've designed or I've made, we all tend to put our own slant on them. So, look, isn't that nice? I like it. Now this one I'm going to attach first. Every time I make one of these, I'm like, oh, that's my favorite. Oh, that's my favorite. But I think this one's my favorite. So, now I'm going to put this on to here, like so. And just put it on so that it's even all the way around, or as even as you can get it, depending on. That looks good to me. A little crooked down there. See, that's why I like the liquid glue. I don't have to, I can just push on a little bit and even it out. And then I did pop dot it up, the dimensionals, and I'm going to put it a little more to the left than center, because I want it to be off to the side a little bit. Not too much though, because still got to put the flowers on. So I'm going to go ahead and find my, oh, there it is, find my pick tool, and all these little things off. There. I used to do this with my fingers. It's just so much easier with this. Yeah, because I am pretty bad at getting the glue all over me. All right, there we go. What are we into this? 5-10 minutes? We'll be done soon. The part that takes the longest is the coloring and stuff. The coloring and stuff only because it is, you know, it's going to take you a minute. It's not going to take you an hour. It's going to take you a minute. Oh, that's so crooked. It's not even funny. If I can see it, you can see it, right? Let me see if I can fix it. If not, it's staying. There we go. That's all I needed to do was lift up one corner and put it down. There we go. Now. Oh, hey. Now let's do the flowers next. Again, they're both popped up. And we're going to take the, see how this is going to be some, oops. Apparently these little backs are all over my house. They stick to me. And then I go upstairs and I pet the dog, and they're all over the dog, and they're all over the floor. And I can't get that one. There we go. All right, now I'm going to put this one here. Here. It's got. I want it on a tilt because, see, I'll show you. I want these two to cross. So one's got to be higher and lower. One's got to be lower. So, and I do want it to go down over that a little bit. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there. Because it gives it more dimension if it's, you can see the height and the layers and stuff. Okay, so now, let's do this one. We're almost done. We've got one more flower. I'm going to color one of these flowers with you because I have to do one for the inside anyway. So I want to show you how easy they are to color. And how about we put this one here? That's good. That works. Now, where did I put? Here's my bow. I'll tie a bow with, not that I'm great at tying bows, but I can do it. So, make a loop. Put the ribbon over your thumb and turn it so that it's got a little twist in it in the back. Carefully poke another loop up through your where your thumb was, and give it a little tug. Not a complete tug, just a little tug, because you want it to, because when you tighten it up a little bit, your loops are going to get bigger. So by the magic of TV, I happen to have one right here, and I need a glue dot, because these are super strong glue dots for sticking stuff like this on. And then that's going to go right there. So it looks like it's holding the two sets of flowers together in a bouquet. Now I'm looking for I'm looking for this. Look at this. Now these are not the ones that came with it, but I did get these separately. And I'm going to show you now. They're so pretty. I'm going to put a larger one going off into this corner. So there's one going there, and then I'm going to put a smaller one going same direction. I'm not having them go in all different directions, but just at different heights and layers. And then I think I'll put a larger one, maybe down here, going up. Yeah, there we go. So they're all going in the same direction, because they do tend to follow each other. Okay, now I'm going to add, this is like my favorite thing ever, Wink of Stella. Give it a shake, pull it off, and put a little bit of shine, a little bit of shimmer on your flower centers. Just brightens them up just that little bit. Now, when you're done with your wink, you want to clean off the tip of your Wink of Stella. Just clean it off. And then I like to just give my leaves just a little. You don't need a lot. There we go. That's good. And again, clean it off. That's good. Because the color does come off from the ink, because it is a water-based ink. So, all right, now, I think now we got to do the inside. So this is where I'm going to show you how to do the coloring. But see how quick and easy that came together? If you sit down and make a bunch of flowers and color them different colors or all the same color, your cards can come together. You make yourselves your own little card kits. So now we have to do the inside. And this is what I'm going to lay this aside. And I went ahead and cut my inside pieces. So this piece here, I'll show you now. I'll show you. It's going to go in there like that. And then the white is 1/4 of an inch smaller than the peach pie. And now we're going to do, oopsie daisy, there we go. Now we're going to stamp. Now I do use a stamping platform. I am not the world's greatest stamper, nor do I have to be the world's greatest stamper, because somebody gave me the tools to use. Somebody came up with the idea for tools that I can use to look like I'm the world's greatest stamper. So that's just awesome. So any platform that you have, it does not have to be mine. It has to be whatever one you like the best. So put your stamp on, put your paper on, and give her. Just give her love. There we go. And stamp. Now, I sometimes have to stamp a couple of times just to get it. See, that's not what I want. I want a nice, crisp, dark black outline. So I'm really sticking to stuff here. There we go. So that's it. Yeah, the last video I was doing, you couldn't see me over here. I don't know. It only recorded like half the video. Now the dog wants in again, so we're going to have to let him just be there for a minute. He's a very needy puppy. He's used to getting his own way. So, oh, he decided to go back upstairs. All right, so that's it. That's my stamping. And by the time I get everything done here, look, isn't that pretty though? You see? Now I like to keep a piece of scratch paper in there just to, so if there's any ink on my stamp still, it doesn't wreck my pad. Now we are going to color or stencil. So all the stencils are marked from 1 to 5. And they did something smart in this set. I'm going to show you now. So for the little leaves, so there's a stamp and there's a die to go with it, which is wonderful. No fussy cutting. But they got smart. They gave us 3 of the same die. So you can stamp 3 at the same time and cut 3 at the same time. No more this stamp 1, cut 1, stamp 1, cut 1. If you're like me and you like to have multiples of things, because I want 3 for this card, I think. No, I don't want any on this card. The other cards I had 3. Okay, I will get there. I will get there. So let's find the stencils. Now that's why my desk is such a mess, because this is not card number 1. This is card number 200, I swear. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different in order. I'm going to start with stencil number 5. And the reason for that is because I want my outline to be darker, but I don't want to work on it like all day getting it dark. So all you got to do is line it up, put it where you want it. Now there is a notch here if I wanted to say that this is where it's going to be, and I could notch it out with a pencil and we're good to go. So hold on, now let's get that set up. I'll get that set up now. All right, so now we're gonna get my peach pie. See, I love just saying the word peach. If I can get this open, I'll be all set. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. It's gonna go forward a little bit. So that's my peach. And I want my mossy meadow for my leaves. So there we go. So now I'm just gonna set that up again. Like that. You'll see it, like the stencil itself fits in the grooves, and you can see them where they need to go. So I'm going to do my Mossy Meadow stencil number 5 first, and don't push hard. Your stencil will move if you push too hard. But if you just go over it lightly, but many times, then, so we're almost done this coloring now. See? You just go over it and over it and over it. There we go. Stencil number 5. Stencil number 4 is my fill. So this is the one that fills in all the spaces. Now I don't want it to be too dark. Well, I want it to be dark enough. So hang on now. Okay. Again, not too hard. You don't want your stencil going all over the place. There we go. So I gotta, as soon as I'm done this video now, I'm gonna take my granddaughter to school. So we'll just get this one done, then I'll get her off to school. There we go. All right, that's the green. Now I'm going to work on stencil number 1. I just like get my leaves done first. So stencil number 1 is my outline stencil. So, okay, if you felt a bump, that was my phone ringing. And when I hit the button to pause it, it paused. And then I hit the button to record, it recorded. But there was something happened. I was talking away and I was making the card. So we got up to the point. Look, see, that's what it turned out like. So we got up to the point on the card where we had the leaves done. And then I was just about to start to do the peach pie, which is this part. And my voice, I'm showing you how to do it, but there's such a delay that I'm saying goodbye, and my voice is saying goodbye on the video, but the video is still coloring. So I tried to fix it. I wasn't having any luck, and I really want you to see this, how to do it. So I'm just gonna go back over what we did and just recap a little bit so that you're not missing the whole point of the flower. Now I did zoom in a little bit. I hope that makes a difference, because I noticed the other one was a little bit far away. I'll get better at this. I know I will. If you guys can stick around and keep liking and sharing and commenting, then at least I'll know to keep going. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you what I did with this one. So we stamped it. We did the leaves with the stencils. Then I was heading for stencil number 1 right here. And I lined up stencil number 1 with my flower. I can do this again, so don't worry. I lined it up so that everything was just like so. Now, if I wanted to, I could have put a notch or a mark here where the notch is, and then I'll just line it up. But I do find it easier just to hold it in place. And I used the peach pie, and I went over it like so. There's enough ink left on my brush that I can get a little bit out of this. So I went over it like this, and I did the whole thing. And I got that. Well, I had just the light color. Then I took stencil number 2. And again, if I had the notch, we could do that. As long as my paper doesn't move, we're all good. So you might want to use a little bit of washi or something when you're doing that to get your paper to stay in place. Because if your paper moves, then she's not going to line up. And I put that one on, just like so. I lined it up. And then I went over it again. With the, again, I'm pushing, but I'm not hard. Because I don't want my stencil to wiggle on me. And then that one went like that. You know, it dawned on me on take number 210 that I didn't tell you that this is actually a Stampin' Up! Video. And I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. So I'm in Newfoundland. But it doesn't matter where in Canada you guys are. If you would like to order something from me, Stampin' Up! Will deliver it right to your door anywhere in Canada. So there we go. I just went over it like that. It actually turned out nicer. I went over it the second time. So that's what we ended up with. Then I took the die that matches it, which I may have put away already while I was making the video. Or no, I didn't. Look, it's right here, right in front of me. So then I put the die on, and I lined it all up nicey nice. Okay, here we go. Nicey nice, like so. There we go. Like that. I lined it all up and I put it through the die cutting machine. And it came out just lovely. Yeah, came out just lovely. But I want to show you, it came out like this. I'm having a time of it. This is like a comedy show. It came out like that, but in yellow, in peach pie. So it came out like that. And then I took it and I put it on my inside piece and I lined it up wherever I wanted it. I put a little bit of liquid glue right here and glued that down. Once I got that down, and it was all the way I wanted it, turned it over and cut that off and then that off. When I got it cut off, I went, oh, I wonder what that would look like. So the piece that was cut off is this piece, or depending on where you line it up, how big it's going to be. So I did the same thing with the blue one, the boho blue. I did the same thing with the flower, and I thought, oh, that's so pretty. But now I'm going to go back, actually, now that I've done it with the peach pie, and I'm going to put a little bit of blue down there. It looks wonderful. Can you see? Yes, you can see. All right, so that's what happened. So that was my bloopers. I really gave it a good try, but it is a blooper. So I'm going to try and splice all this together, and then I'll write down all the stuff that I used. And then if you're interested in anything, my email is there in the description or in my profile, or email me. If you want to order something from me, let me know. But you can do that. Go to the Stampin' Up! Website, just Stampin' Up! Canada. And when you go to place an order, it'll ask you if you have a demonstrator. My name is Cheryl, and I'm in Mount Pearl, Newfoundland, and you can order directly from me. I would really appreciate that. Okay, so that's enough of that spiel. I hope everybody has a good day. It is Easter weekend, so enjoy your Easter. I hope the Easter Bunny is good to everybody. Remember, chocolate over Easter has no calories. All right. Don't hold me to that, please. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye. And thank you all for joining me today. Bye.